Hey guys, it's Core Ross, and it's time to do some theorizing with Rainbow Six Siege, and specifically the cinematic that we'll be getting at the Sixth Invitational in February. So first of all, I'm going to throw out an idea of what I think could happen, but this is a pure, of course, guess, and I assume right now the actual cinematic is getting made at this point. It probably takes at least 3 months to put something like that together. So my idea for the Sixth Invitational cinematic, of course, this is a really nice CGI cinematic that they put out. And last one was Deimos' introduction and, of course, the elimination of Harry. So this time, I imagine that the story is going to continue and not end. I think Deimos isn't going to get defeated or something like that. I think this will just be the next step in the story. So take yourself back in time to the 90s and on Hereford base. So the actual old school Hereford base recreated in beautiful CGI. And you've got a bunch of recruits doing their stuff, attack and defense, and they're practicing hostage rescue, defusing bombs and stuff like that. And there's two that stand out. These two recruits managed to kind of like save the day for their team, and they end up playing incredibly well. Now they're called over to talk to the guy who's running the training that day. Some dude, and he's kind of like early 40s. And for us, the audience, we instantly recognize the voice. We know this is Deimos. But he doesn't have a mask on. He looks very normal. He looks like a Rainbow Six operator. Of course, in his history, he was. So this is him in his good time when he was working for the good guys. So he's talking to these two recruits about how they were doing, maybe giving them some advice and stuff like that. And then off comes these two recruits' masks. And right now they look just like the recruits we have in game. But they take off their masks to reveal that they're actually Ash and Thermite, but of course a younger version back in the 90s. Or whatever timescale works fine for their ages. And then the reason for this time jump back in time, of course, it gives us more like details on Deimos himself, but the reason would be that he would then be the new operator that gets added into the game, but it's the good guy version of him when he was younger as part of Team Rainbow. And of course, you slap on the end of the battle pass his actual Deimos outfit that everyone can then unlock. And I think that would probably be the best selling battle pass ever released for Siege. And then back to the cinematic, it would then go forward in time to Emerald Plains present day Siege timeline. And it's been attacked by Deimos and his squad, and apparently they're going after someone or something like that. And what would happen is Team Rainbow turns up, saves the day, and eliminates Deimos. But in reality, they'd just be eliminating the dude in the suit who would actually be like a fake Deimos that day. And the council, we found out, is based at Emerald Plains. They're like the overseeing council of Team Rainbow. But what we'd end up finding out is that one of the dudes that gets saved is, like, of course, very happy to be saved by Team Rainbow and all that. However, we recognize his voice as the audience as being Deimos, and we, like, basically Thermite isn't there, and Ash, you could say she's still in her coma. Like, I don't know if she is or isn't, but we could just say both of them aren't present. So the team that actually comes to save the day eliminates Deimos, or at least they think they've eliminated Deimos, when in fact we hear that this guy is Deimos from his very distinct voice. So the audience is kind of in on what's going on, but Team Rainbow would be none the wiser to what's actually just happened. And then the cinematic ends with us then continuing the story with the comics and cartoons as they normally do for the year, but hopefully they actually add in some content to the game, which is story based, and even just a couple of like co-op missions or something like that, using the new AI system perhaps to bring us some little kind of cool events that can play out and actually be like proper story missions that we get to play in game. And of course, then being the first operator year 9 would be Deimos, and he'd be, pretty, I think would look cool in like a kind of 90s tactical outfit, like I say, back in time when he was a good guy. And then of course, Battle Pass, you got the Deimos outfit that you can slap on as well. And I think overall, that would end up looking very good. And we did see it was a Thorn cosmetic this year where she had a cape. And I was kind of thinking, that's a cool thing to have added into Siege. Like, it looks great. Now that I think about it, it's like, that's kind of a nice test to see if it would work, right? Because if you want to have a nice Deimos outfit that's kind of flowing and stuff, that Thorn outfit was probably a good first one to see how it worked and if it worked out good enough that you could do it. So yeah, I think if they can pull off something similar to this, I'd be absolutely in love with it. I hope it doesn't go too action-packed. That's my kind of worry. I want a bit more of a Tom Clancy story where it is quite political and very well thought out, because take, for instance, the Jack Ryan Amazon series. I'm like, It's an okay series, but it's a little bit just too action packed, and some of the details are always kind of a little bit off. So I'm kind of hoping they get like the Tom Clancy kind of writing in here really, really well. And the problem is the cinematics are not very long, so they don't have much to play with. So I think it probably will just be mostly a kind of action packed stuff going on rather than too much intrigue. But we will see. We'll see for sure. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think and give me your own theories in the comments below on what might happen at the cinematic for the Sixth Invitational. Because, of course, we got a big shock last year with Harry being eliminated, and I'm very curious to see what's going to be this time. Like I say, I think the surprise will be that Demus is going to end up in the game, and maybe that he does get eliminated, but us as an audience knows he's not, whereas Team Rainbow thinks he has been. So, anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.